Hey, right now I'm gonna show you how to code bouncing like DVD logo, like one of the old school stuff, and in p5.js. So, without further ado, let's just get started immediately. So first, we want to get the DVD logo, right? So, I'm gonna do like basic like coding, like just like let DVD, let's just set a variable as DVD, and then we're gonna create a new function called preload function, okay? Oops. Preload function, and this one we want to load that DVD, which we're gonna set that variable DVD equals to function called like load image, and then we're gonna load like that DVD logo. All right, so okay, let's just choose this one because this one looks good, transparent as well, which is what we need. So we're gonna copy the image address. Okay, you don't really need to save that photo and then upload it to p5.js. All you need to do is just like copy the image address. It works the same way also, and then we're gonna paste it in this bracket here. Okay, so on the function draw, I'm gonna call out that like DVD. So you know image DVD, and then we're gonna set a coordinate of it to like 100 and 100. So let's test it out. There you go. But it's way too big. But I'm gonna increase my canvas about to around like 800 by 600, and the background probably gonna set to black. So we want kind of dark background there to simulate, that DVD like bouncing around. Okay, there you go. I mean the image is way too big. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, let's let the coordinate of x and y, and then we're gonna create another one as the width of that DVD logo and the height of that DVD logo as well. So we're gonna create a four variables. So in the setup function right here, we're just gonna set x to be equals to let's say 100, whatever, and y 100, same thing. And oh, actually, the width here, I think I'm gonna set it as 200 maybe, and the height we'll set it as around 130. So this will scale down the image a little bit, and yeah, so all you need to do in the function draw, inside this function draw, we're just gonna set that coordinate equals to x and y, sorry, x and y, width and height. So it'll scale down beautifully for us. And there you go. You can see the DVD logo over there. So how you make it move? Well, to make it move, you have to, set a new variable first. Okay, I'm gonna call this variable as let's say dx, the distance of x, whatever. So you want it to move, well, I'm gonna set it first, dx and dy. And then in the function setup right here, we're gonna set dx to be equals to, I mean, how many distance you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna set it to around maybe like 4, and dy equals to 4. So it'll move diagonally. So yeah. And the function draw right here, you know, we're gonna set x equals to x plus dx, which will move horizontally, and y also as well, set it equals to y plus dy, so it'll move that image vertically, but together it'll move diagonally. Anyway, so okay, it's moving right now, but as you can see right there, it's sort of like, got away from the canvas. It's just gone now. So what you need to do is we're gonna create a new function. We're gonna call this function as edge, or maybe edge handling. I think it's just way better sounding. We're gonna create a new function right here. Edge handling. And then we're gonna call out, we're gonna create a couple of conditions, if it hits the edge, like what's gonna happen. So we're gonna set it as if, let's just set it as x greater or equals to the width of the canvas, or the x less than or equals to 0, which basically means like the zero, the coordinate of the canvas. So, you know, you want to reverse the direction, right? So we're gonna set the direction of that x to be equals to direction of the x times by -1. So it'll reverse the direction. So whenever it hits the edge, it'll reverse the direction um accordingly. And same for y. So we're gonna set the y greater or equals to the height of the canvas, right? So we're working with the canvas right now. So let's test it out. Okay. So this is a little weird, all right? Let me explain first. Let's say this is a canvas, all right? This is a big canvas. I don't know if you can see this. This is our canvas that we're working at, right? And let's just say this is our DVD logo. By default, it'll set the direction to like this corner. So whenever it kind of, hits like one of the edges, right? And then that already like here already, that DVD logo is already here, so it'll like bounce this way. So we don't want that. So basically what we want is that like this DVD logo to be like one of the corners right here to hit this thing, and then it'll bounce, right? So it'll bounce it somewhere. So it doesn't matter where it is. So we want to set that coordinate to be one of these corners instead of one of these corners. So, we don't want that, obviously. So I don't know if that makes any sense. So I think the math for this is you take this coordinate right here and then plus, plus the width, the x, plus the width of that logo or whatever, okay? So it doesn't matter. I don't know. Hopefully it makes sense. So it's just the same as the y coordinate and x coordinate. It's all the same. And then we're gonna this active gonna set it and then plus the width of that logo. Okay. I know it's a little bit, with the variables and everything is a little bit messy, but this width is literally the width of the canvas, okay? And this W here, which is the width of the logo. So we want to plus the width of the x direction and y we want to plus the height, okay? So I want to plus the height. And then let's see what happens. As you can see right there, it literally hits the edge now with like the tornado we set. It's almost done now. So what you need to do next is we're gonna change the colors, right? So, we want to change when it hits the corners and also when it kind of starts with like the random colors, right? And then whenever it hits the edge, it'll change the color, right? So we're gonna, I don't know, like set a new variable called RG and B. We're gonna set a new function right now. We're gonna call it as pick color. I'm just gonna call it like pick color, okay? We're gonna create a new function. We're gonna have R, G, and B value. So we're gonna set it to random. Okay, we want some random. We don't want to set to like specific like colors all the time. That would be like really boring. So let's just set it to random between the value of 255 and probably gonna want some brightness as well because it'll shuffle like dark colors. So we don't want that. So we want like 100 to 55, which is 100 means the brightness. So we want brightness to be 100% and 255, whatever value is that. So we're gonna set it like that. Okay, on the draw as well, like on top of the image, we're gonna call tint. Okay, and we want the RGB value. R, G, and B. We're gonna put like function called pick color. Otherwise, if you don't put in this like edge handling function, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna change color. So you have to tell the computers that, hey, when that DVD logo hits the edge, please change color for me. Same as the Y direction. All right, and yeah, I think that's it. Let's see. There you go. You can see like color now. And then when it hits the edge, it changes color. And there you go. So um, it's all done right now, but there's a couple of things to do this, to take it like a bit further. I'm gonna delete like the X and the Y coordinate right here because we don't really need it. We have something better, all right? So I'm gonna hard code like not hard code, sorry. We're gonna create a new function. We're gonna call like position, right? The position of that DVD logo. So I'm gonna say pos equals to create vector. So create vector basically means it's gonna create the x and the y direction for you, so you don't really need to manually like do it. But the x value, I'm gonna set to like random, right? So I need a little bit of randomness. Random width, this for the x and the y. Random height. So this way you don't really have to do like x and y all the time. All you have to do is just like use this function create vector and it'll create x and y for you. And same as for the dx and dy as well. So I'm gonna set this thing as, I think you don't really need to do it, but just for fun, you know. Same for this one. So we're gonna set velocity. Okay, velocity be equals to create vectors as well. Like this is not really necessary, but we already like done here already, but I just want to, you know, take it a little bit further with few lines of code. So we're gonna have random. Oh, I actually forgot one thing. For this, I'm gonna call the direction as like speed. I'm gonna set it to equals to an array of between like -4 and 4. I mean, why do I have to do this? I mean, 4 is basically gonna reverse the direction, right? So it's not gonna go like down all the time. Sometimes when it spawns, it's gonna go up as well. So random, we're gonna set it to equals to speed, right? So it'll shuffle between like -4 and 4 only. Okay. So we're gonna change this thing a little bit. So this pos.x, so this is the position, and pos.x plus, well, velocity.x. And this is, well, we don't really need this anymore. So, you know, this pos.y, pos.y, and velocity, well.y, whatever. And this one's, well, it's going to be like position x plus the width. And then dx, we're going to set it to velocity of x equals to velocity.x times -1 to reverse the direction, of course. And same thing. All right. So I think we should be done now. Okay, this one. I almost forgot actually. Dot Y. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot one thing of this. I have to change a lot of coding though. Alright, I think this should be done now. Oh, hold on. Oh, I forgot. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, this should work. What happened? Why? Oh, I see. What's wrong with that? So with that random position right here, it's because it's set to width. Sometimes it kind of spawns like outside the canvas because, you know, because depending on how big your logo is, you know, sometime when you know, plus the direction that it wants to go by, sometimes it's kind of reversed to the wrong direction there. So keep adding until it's kind of, you know, so far away from the canvas. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense with the explanation. So you have to really set a really strict rule for this. So with the position right there, we want it to be random within the canvas, right? So we don't want to go outside. So we take the width of that thing minus the width of, you know, width of that of the canvas minus the width of the DVD logo. And same for this one, the height minus the height of that DVD logo. So I think it'll spawn. Yeah, it's gonna spawn. It gonna put it like inside the canvas. It's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna drag it outside the canvas. So yeah, left, right. Yeah, kind of the direction's kind of a little random. So, and there you go. This is how you create the DVD logo, like bouncing DVD logo inside p5.js. And I hope you learned something today. If you did, please smash the like button to help support me. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.